read the mineral script before proceeding with the video. I'm going to be showing you how to study the minerals. What would be good for you to get a glass plate. Included in the kit is a small version of this porcelain tile and a little magnet. I'll be showing you how to use this HCl, although it's not required. Open the box that you've set up for your minerals. The first mineral, number 1, is milky quartz. Shape is irregular, and illustrating it has these curved fractures called conchoidal fractures. It breaks like broken glass because of the atomic bonding between the silicon and oxygen atoms. Since they're strong in all 3 dimensions, it doesn't cleave. It doesn't have a flat plane of breakage. There is no cleavage. But the fracture is diagnostic, the curved fracture. It has a glassy luster, just like glass. It's hard, harder than a glass plate and a porcelain tile. Therefore, quartz would scratch a glass plate and not leave a streak on the porcelain. If you could just try to scratch the glass plate, we'll leave a scratch. And it will not leave a powdered trail because the mineral is harder than the porcelain plate. If the mineral was softer, it would leave a streak. So that is quartz, milky quartz. It comes in various colors besides the one you have in your specimen box. It can be white like this, milky, or clear, or purple like the birthstone amethyst. It could be black like smoky quartz, or pink like rose quartz. And the colors are caused by minute impurities in the mineral's atomic lattice. Now you don't have a crystal of quartz which would have flat sides, crystal faces. The second mineral, or I should say the next 2 minerals, are both feldspars. We have orthoclase feldspar and plagioclase feldspar. The orthoclase feldspar is kind of pink or yellow-pink in color, and it has 2 directions of cleavage. You can see this better on the orthoclase here, where these 2 planes of breakage are at right angles to each other. In the plagioclase feldspar, there are many crystal faces here, and it's not really that well shown on this specimen, but you can see it has a more gray, whitish gray color to the feldspar. Both are hard, although a little less hard than the quartz, and they will both scratch glass and not leave a streak on the porcelain plate. That's numbers 2 and number 3. Number 4 is hornblende. It's an iron magnesium silicate, and another name is amphibole. It has 2 directions of cleavage, but they are not perpendicular to each other. I have another specimen here on the shelf, if I could find it. Just a little larger than that, and you could see the flat cleavage plane here, and another one there, and it's not right angles. It is a little more elongate. That was hornblende. Number 5 is olivine, a green mineral. Although chemically similar to hornblende, it has a different atomic structure, and it has irregular fracture, not any cleavage. It's diagnostically green in color, like green olives, and it is not the gem variety, which you might see in a museum, which is a transparent or translucent green, and light can penetrate that. Light can't penetrate this. It will scratch glass, but will not leave a streak. Numbers 6 and 7 are micas, and you have those in an envelope. The lighter colored mica is muscovite, and the darker colored mica is biotite. I think you have another square in there. Yeah, here it is. Now this can be peeled, and I'll show you another sample that's easier to peel. It breaks off in sheets. This is the muscovite mica, and you can actually break off little flecks of it, breaking it up into sheets, peeling it off, you see. And that's because, although the bonding is strong in this direction, it is very weak between the sheets, so they can be peeled off. This is muscovite. It's the lighter colored mica. It's also a silicate. So this is actually a direction of cleavage in one direction. It breaks in this direction, or actually peels off in this direction. The next mineral, number 8, is calcite. Calcite is calcium carbonate. It's the first of this series of non-silicates. All the others we talked about, the quartz, the orthoclase, the plagioclase, the hornblende, the olivine, the mica, are all silicates. But this one is a calcium carbonate, and it has 3 good directions of cleavage, but the angles between them are not right angles, and each face of the cleavage plane forms a parallelogram, kind of a cube pushed over on its side. And it is pretty soft. It will not scratch glass, but it will leave a streak, kind of a whitish streak, because it's softer than the porcelain plate. And here is where I use the little drop of HCl, just to show you that carbon dioxide is given off from the calcium carbonate. See if you could see the fizzing. See the little bubbles. Don't know if you could hear the fizzing. This is a very dilute HCl, so it's not harmful, although you don't want to leave it on your clothing for a while. I have a little paper towel here. Wipe things off. That is calcite. The next one is a calcium sulfate. It is gypsum, the kind you find in drywall. And it has 1 good direction of cleavage. The others are not so great. But it is very soft. It will not scratch glass. And it will leave a streak, a whitish streak, on the streak plate. The next mineral has cubic cleavage, good cleavage in all three directions. But it is cubic. It is, all of the faces are perpendicular to each other, like in a cube. And it's a little bit clear, but a little cloudy. And if it were sanitary to take a lick this, you would find it is salt. It is table salt. The mineral halite is table salt, sodium chloride. That is number 10. Number 11 is a form of hematite. It's an iron oxide, and there are little beads. You could see the little spheres that make up this. It's the oolitic kind of hematite. And of course, it's red and will leave a red streak. That's number 11. Number 12 is limonite. Now, this specimen here has limonite, but only a coating of limonite, okay, that you can make out. It is something that we don't have a big full specimen of limonite, but most of it is limonite. And it is also iron oxide, but it is there's water in the lattice as well. The next mineral is garnet. It's a kind of jewelry stone, and it is a silicate also. It's a hard mineral, will scratch glass. Little flecks of red in it, kind of red and gray, and some of these crystal faces are actually showing here, forming a 12-sided figure, although not all 12 sides are shown here in this specimen. The next mineral is talc, the softest mineral, or one of the softest mineral. It has kind of a greasy, silky feel to it, and very soft. It was used to make talcum powder and soapstone. And it will not scratch glass, or it will not even scratch your fingernail, where the others will. And then the next mineral is serpentine. Serpentine has many varieties. Your specimen is not fibrous like the serpentine found in asbestos. And this is an irregular mass showing a greenish-gray color with kind of a silky luster. The next mineral is magnetite. When you lift it up, you find out it is really heavy. It has a high specific gravity. And look, a magnet will stand up on it. And let's see if I have a stronger magnet here. See if we can lift the whole thing off. Yeah, you can lift the entire rock off with a magnet. It is magnetic. It has a metallic luster. It is black in color, and it will scratch the glass and will leave a black streak. Put that back. That was number 16. Magnetite. Number 17 is pyrite. If you think it's gold, you're a fool. This is fool's gold. It is iron sulfide. It fooled many miners of yore, at least the novice miners. And it is not gold, it is iron sulfide. And it has a brilliant luster, metallic brilliant luster. Shiny surfaces, which are crystal faces. It has very poor cleavage, so what you see sparkling here are the crystal faces. It does have some shell-like fracture to it. And its color, brass yellow, has shiny metallic luster. And it leaves a dark streak, even though it is... See that there. And then the last mineral is a lead sulfide. It is galena. Okay, it has a shiny metal luster. It is very heavy, as you would expect with lead, and it has a metallic luster. It is soft, so it will not scratch glass, but it will leave a gray streak. Now you can handle this without fear, even though there's lead in it, but I would just say, wash your hands after touching that before eating. And those are the 18 minerals in your mineral collection.